It's MistaJam on Capital Dance, and right now I am joined by 2/3 of the artists behind this week's Jam Hot Record of the Week. Luke, Dean and Locky, welcome to Capital Dance.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I'm really, really glad that the pair of you are here. Mainly the reason why you're here, the excuse that we've used to finally get you into the Capital Dance studio, because we've been trying for a while, is the tune Can't Decide. Talk to me about Can't Decide. How did this one come about? Because it's the three of you making tunes together is a moment.
Do you want to sort of start it? Because I was asleep for the first part.
Luke, you were asleep?
So we'd had like a very long day in the studio, and it got to about 3 a.m. and I just went and sat on the sofa, and we share a studio, me and Locky. So I went and sat on the sofa, and I just ended up falling asleep.
We spend a lot of time together making tunes, so it's not, there's like a studio at Max's, a studio me and him share, and yeah, someone will be asleep, someone will wake up, someone's eating, but we're just always around making tunes. And me and Max were talking about Deep House, how much we love it, how much it like got us into the music almost. And yeah, talking about that made us think, let's make one. It sounds quite simple. It's a lot more stripped back than the music that's being made now. So yeah, we started one up, and it must have been good because it woke him up from his sleep.
No, do you know what it was? I remember I was asleep, but I wasn't. I was just chilling, if you'd say.
I hear you.
And then I remember he dragged the vocal in. Like you just had like a bit of the drums and the bass just on a loop, and then the vocal got dragged in, and straight away I was like, "What is that?"
Jumped out.
I was like, yeah. And then they was like, "Oh, we're starting a little Deep House one." I went, "Sweet," and then we just from there there's not actually a lot to the track. Like it was quite a quick turnaround.
Yeah, it must have been like an hour and a half, 2 hours later it was done.
You're joking?
Really?
Yeah, it was quite simple. Like because there's not a lot in the actual track. It's more like the vocal that sort of carries the track in terms of like that's the bit that's quite interesting. With the rest of it is just, as you say, it's always the simple ones that are the best.
Yeah. You always hear people come and say that, but yeah, we finished it in 2 hours, and we did kind of think, this is a great tune, but it weren't till like I think Max played it at an afters, and he was like, everyone kept telling him to play it again.
We said, didn't we? We was like, because we loved the track, and it was one like we was like, we make music all the time that you might just be driving home, or you stick on in the car, or you show people, maybe play it at an after party. Yeah. But it was never a track where you thought, right, this is going to be the one. Because we just love making music, so it was just one of them. We finished that track, done.
Well, this is the thing. You can tell that you love making music because the rate of dubs from you guys, the rate of IDs from you guys is next level. But I love the fact that we've Can't Decide, as you say, Max playing it in afters. The first time I heard it was on socials with everyone going, "What's the ID? What's the ID? What's the ID?"
I think that's where it stemmed from, because so it got used in Max's party next up. He'd done the teaser video for Ibiza Party. Yeah. And I remember he was like to us, when he was like, "Boys, I'm going to use the track. Is that cool?" And we were like, "Yeah, fine." And then like, I think within like a few days, like TikTok, we was just getting tagged. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, they're really like, because we obviously didn't think much of it. Yeah. And they was like really gelling with the track. So it was like, we might have another tune here.
You really have got something. I mean, when I first heard it, I genuinely was like, this has got to be a tune that I must have this. I must have got, this must be a record that I was playing in like 2012 or 20, like,
yeah.
It's a proper deep house, proper vibe record, and I'm not surprised that it's just ridiculously huge right now.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you surprised by the reaction?
Generally, yeah. Like, not like because I love the track, but just for how big it has gone. Yeah, I'm definitely not surprised in a bad way, just like because the track's gone crazy. So it was just like every single day, just you can't even get out your head. Like you just wake up and first thing I'm hearing. I only figured out the lyrics about 2 days ago.
What are they?
I couldn't even tell you. At first, the first like month playing it, I was just miming the words. I didn't even have a clue.
One thing that is cool though is like seeing it got popular in our scene first, but like seeing people young, old, not even house heads loving the tune is wicked to see.
Yeah.
Locky, I'm really glad you said that because I want to talk to you about the scene. Now, Can't Decide is the second time that you guys have all made a tune together. Curveball.
Yep.
of recent times, Curveball. I'm sorry, where did that come from?
Yeah, I don't even know where that comes from. That was crazy.
I love breakbeats. Like breakbeat. We both love them.
Yeah.
And I just I started making a few breakbeats that behind the scenes that I didn't put out anywhere. And then we've been making music all together. Like we've got older ones, but we was in the studio. I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I was bored and was like, right, let's stop making that and let's just make something completely different out of our comfort zone. And they were like, yeah, cool. And then Curveball was born.
I think that's a tune that wouldn't have been made if any of us were on our own. It was crazy enough that had to be all three of us just being a bit wacky and it come out.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
it's got all
it's
of
a proper
our
curveball.
Yeah, that's the name. Wait, what was the original name? Was that
Absolute Beep Curveball?
No, it was
some profanity in it.
It had a crazy name, and then we just went, Curveball.
Curveball United. It might have been
Curveball United. I think so.
Something, yeah. But we changed it to Curveball.
I mean, I love it. I really do. And do you know what? It feels like, you're right, it feels like all of your personalities in one record. Same as Can't Decide. Like, you could tell that one of you wouldn't make that record, but all of you would.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's quite nice at the minute is even when it's just, say, me and you, me and Max, us three, it's like, it sort of unlocks a different side of how you would create music. Because like you have your own individual sounds that you'll do. But I feel like when we all link up, it's like we just go, right, let's make something completely different.
Yeah, well, because when you make music on your own, you can get in your head a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you're like 2-3 of you's vibing and you're like, oh, we've got something going on.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is sick. Yeah, it gets the ideas flowing a lot more. You get gassed easier.
Unlucky, I've got to ask you, working with cousins, like, how is that as a dynamic?
It's good. I've got to keep them in check.
Because it's weird.
In headlocks,
It's weird for me because it was my older cousin that got me into dance music.
Yeah.
You know, I remember going on a caravan holiday and I turned up with like pop music and he was like, here's the Prodigy. And my life was never the same.
Yeah.
Luke, what's the dynamic between you and Max in terms of who was the person that got the other one into it?
Well, before all of this, we both played all the instruments in school and stuff, so we both loved music. And then it was good like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
his neighbour was like involved in music heavily, and obviously went to his house and showed him the software we use. And he just come around mine one day and was like, with his laptop, and was like, oh, I've got this new thing that my neighbour showed me where you can make music. So I was like, sick, downloaded it. And then for like, 6-7 years, we was just absolutely playing around with it, just not having a clue what we was doing.
Yeah.
And then, over time, it just grew into a passion, something we loved. And now we're all just making tunes together.
Yeah, they started a lot earlier than I did, but I've been good mates with Max for years, and I just liked DJing. I wasn't producing at the time when I was younger, 18, and he kind of just was the guy to be like, no, we can do this as a career. We can play in Ibiza. I want to do all these parties. I want to release it. And I was like, happy being a bedroom DJ, but he got me excited, told me to download Ableton and get involved. And got to thank him for it because living the dream at the minute.
See, this is what I love about this as a story, because also, you guys are coming through as a family, and you guys are coming through as, a scene is growing and growing and growing around you. And it feels like, you're ticking off DC10, Mint Festival in Leeds, debuts in Miami, Forbidden Forest just last weekend. Locky, you were saying that you were a bedroom DJ. What does it feel like knowing that you've gone from the bedroom to DC10?
Yeah. I haven't actually played DC10, but I played Amnesia last week, which is crazy. But the thing that's the most crazy is like achieving dreams, achieving goals, which is insane. But to do it with like the best people around you and your best mates with it, to share these moments with,
it does make it better, doesn't it? It makes it a whole lot better.
To have it all of it, like me, Madigan, Luke, Max, like just all bouncing off each other constantly, it just makes it all the more sweeter.
100%.
Luke, I think we should play another one of yours.
Cool.
You in the lobby.
Yeah.
My God, that tune last year, that was almost like a warning shot.
I know. Same again. It was one of them. Just made it in my bedroom, half hour, I think, and just it just caught on. It was literally the same. Funny enough, I played it for the first time in a while at Forbidden Forest on the weekend. I loaded it up. I thought, let's see if it's still got it, and yeah, it did. So.
Did you know you was onto a tune with that one? Because I feel like
Not
that's
at all.
one. That's a head turner. That's like, oh, what's that?
Yeah, no, not at all. It never. I just obviously same as.
Was it Baker and Rossi Hide and Seek, which popped
Yeah,
it
it
off?
was. I think I was on holiday, but obviously that was the first track that sort of ever got people kind of looking at what I was up to. And yeah, I just remember sitting at holiday thinking, what is going on here? Like, and then I saw the video of the boys playing it. And yeah, from there I've never been able to escape the lobby.
Every single time anyone's in a lobby.
I even
meet us in the lobby, everyone go, in the lobby.
I thought, right, we've got can't
Just
decide.
cursed
I
for
might
life.
have escaped the lobby. No.
You'll never escape the lobby. Coming to a cinema near you soon. I would be doing everybody a disservice if I didn't talk about the minimal tech scene right now and where the scene is and how it has grown. And I mean, I remember first time kind of coming across the minimal tech scene and being told, hey, this is what's happening in clubs right now.
Yeah.
I mean, paying attention to the music and hearing the music and trying to get the music on radio and thinking it's not quite there yet, it's not quite there yet. Then all of a sudden, it's blown so big.
Yeah, it's wicked to see.
It has. I think one thing I've noticed is like even artists from other genres and styles of music are now they're looking going, what's going on over here? And like there's
Wanting some of
collabs.
the action.
But like all the collabs coming out of that are ridiculous. Even obviously our best mate Nath Spills jumping on with Max.
That's a wicked collab.
And like obviously he's showing us some of the stuff he's got unreleased from with other people as well, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out Nath.
It's definitely 100%. Do you know what I saw? What was it the other day? Chris Dussey being interviewed by Armin van Buuren.
Wow.
Talking about minimal tech.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
It literally blew my mind.
Yeah, we got some homework after.
What do you think it is about the music that's speaking to people?
Do you know what? I don't know. I think it's just more. I would say it's just the sort of vibes of the parties and stuff now. Yeah. I mean, it's controversial because I see a lot of other things about the parties, but
I think there's a lot more space for people to express themselves with minimal. Like everyone can have their own sound, and you can hear a Luke Dean track as soon as it's everything. Everyone can have their own style and show their personality within their music, and it's cool that people can recognise that too as a raver. To have that, everyone expressing themselves and having that uniqueness within their music is so cool, I think.
I think as well for me, being old as I am, it just reminds me of really good house music.
Yeah.
I think for a period of time, there's been a lot of stuff that took it away from house.
Yeah.
But the minimal scene, it feels like house, underground house music.
Yeah. Yeah, I think because it always has that wave, doesn't it? Like it will dip into something a bit else, but I feel like it's now going back into that housey sort of era of house.
Yeah. OG house music is the best.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's us all over, innit?
I mean, it's you guys, it's Chris Dussey, it's Gaskin, it's LP Rhythm, it's Obscure. It's like there's a wider scene around it as well that just it feels good.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. It's bouncing at the minute. It's wicked. All them guys you mentioned and all good friends of ours, all doing their thing. It's wicked to have this big scene.
It is just like a big family at the minute, isn't it? You just go to it, like you just get put on a lineup and you're like, oh, cool, I'm playing with him or him, and it's just all your mates on the lineup. It's lovely.
This is like a minimal get together. It's like a minimal barbecue.
Yeah, literally.
You might have to do that. Just a little pop-up party and just cook some food.
Get Chris on the grill.
Yeah.
Obscure on the cocktail.
Baker in the bakery.
Exactly. That was smashing, That'd be really sick.
What would you do, Luke? What would you cook up?
God, I can't cook.
What would you order?
Yeah. Saying that, actually, I'm a good cook.
No, you could cook me some.
But like when there's pressure like that on it, I think I'd sit this one out. I'd just maybe make the table or something. I don't know.
Catering for the party.
Exactly.
I'll just ring Domino's. Done deal. But we've already mentioned some of the iconic venues that you've been playing. What's it like having the sound on a big stage? Because I think it's different to kind of playing minimal in small clubs.
Yeah.
To now being on the big stages. Is there a difference in vibe, do you feel?
I'd 100% say like it's a completely different vibe, but it's in its own good way. As in, so like you could play maybe a small intimate club, well not small, but like a more intimate club, like maybe 400 to 800 people, to even 1,000. And because like it's a bit more compact and that, you can sort of gauge the energy a bit better with the crowd. Whereas like when I played Creamfields, I remember it was the first time I played to like, I think there was like 20,000 people. Yeah, and I remember going there like, whoa, this is really different. But obviously at the end of the day, you have like the same setup and the booth speakers. So you're still, that's the same, but it's more just like playing to a lot more people. It's just a bit harder to gauge, right, does that work? Does this work? But you get used to it. Yeah,
but like a few times recently, like stepping up the stage and we're like, whoa, this many people getting together to listen to music is nuts.
Yeah. But I think, I mean, I'd definitely still to this day say the more intimate ones are my favourite.
I enjoy playing the intimate spaces, and I think it is easier as a DJ to clock what works and clock what don't work. But yeah, as I said, like when it's a massive group for like a party like Next Up, and you're like, well, all of these coming together to see me and my mates play is insane.
Next Up, as we said, it is a real family, and it feels like it's a real family. And for me, the thing that I love about the kind of your crew is that you really are investing in the next generation as well.
Yeah.
You're helping up-and-coming artists. Is there any advice that you would give to anyone that's listening right now that might be in their bedroom, Locky, thinking, one day I want to be Locky?
Yeah. Crazy.
What advice would you give them?
It is a tricky one, that question.
That question, and you always get it, and it is a tricky one. But I think staying original to yourself, because there's a lot of... You can go on social media and see a lot of stuff of art. Make a bass line like this guy, or think that originality always shines through. And also, like, comparison could be the thief of joy. You can always compare about how other people's journeys going.
That's definitely one thing.
What's coming to you will come to you at the right time. And like this year has been crazy for me and intense and sometimes a bit overwhelming. I thought if it had happened to me last year, it might have been too much. But now I feel like I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
So I'm happy it's took as long as it has to get to where I am. Because, it feels like I'm ready for this craziness that's been this year.
I would say as well, it's more like you to touch on, like, the staying original, but in a way of, like, don't just make music to, like, become that sort of person. Like, if you should just do it because that's what you want to do and you enjoy it, and you'll find doing it that way, it'll be a lot more easier because the sort of love you put into, but the love you put into making the music is the love you will receive.
Yeah.
Because, like, rather than just sort of going, right, that's absolutely popping off right now. It is easy. Listen, we've all done it. I've done it. And you just do what's popping off right now. But I think for, like, upcoming people is just don't stress it too much.
Yeah.
If you love it, just stick at it. As you said, everyone's journey is different. And your time could come in 5 years, it could come in next month. But
I'd say also, just to touch on that, to keep a crew with you too. Don't try to do this all on your own.
True.
It's so much nicer when you're doing it with your best mate. So I'd say
100%.
You've got some people that you like DJing with, like producing with, stick with it and do it together because you're stronger as a team. And it's way more fun.
Final question from me. One of the things that I've noticed with you guys is that you're very engaging with your very engaging with supporters on socials. But does it ever annoy you the amount of times that you get, ID please, release this now.
Do you know
we get it on Tuesday, we ain't even finished yet.
Yeah, like, and we always mess up with that. Like, we'll go in the studio, like, we've got loads that we're happy with, like, but we've only got a minute clip. And we'll go, right, should we just show people, see if they like it? Because then it sort of gives you that more incentive, because we have so many tracks to finish what ones. And then when you put it out and literally within 10 minutes you get a DM, why is this not released? And we're like, mate, we made it about 10 minutes ago.
It's like, chill.
Give us maybe a week and we'll finish it.
Yeah, because I think Can't Decide come out quicker than it was supposed to, because we was like people were onto it. Like,
yeah.
Release this now,
It's got mad sometimes. Like you're getting threats and stuff. Like if this isn't out, watch your house. You're not really. But
I've got one like release this or else, and I'm like, what does he know?
I know how where your laptop is.
Yeah.
I will find it and I will leak it.
Yeah. Especially with the doink, innit?
Yeah, someone found the doink.
I know. It wasn't something I was really hiding.
No.
I just had that, that sound in Curveball that it was just a sound that I started putting in all my tracks, and like everyone was on a mission to find it, but it wasn't really that hard to find.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say where it is.
Anyone that uses it, because if you use it in a track and someone plays it, they're going to say, oh, it's Luke Dean.
It's Luke Dean's tune.
But the thing, yeah. So it was just like a mission on TikTok, people trying to find it, and they have found it, but
they can't use it.
I mean, they can.
Unless they want it to think it's Luke's, then yeah, don't use
all
it.
they're doing is going to help me out, because it just looks like I'm making unlimited tunes.
They didn't think that thing. Well, Luke Locky, honestly, it's an absolute pleasure having you here. I really, really hope that this isn't the last chance or the last time that we're going to get you in here.
Same.
Yeah,
I don't think it will. Hopefully,
you are
we'll see each other very soon.
Honestly, you're more than welcome anytime. And the same with Max. Send him our best wishes, please.
We'll bring him next time. So.
Yeah, we'll make sure he's here.
Get well soon, Max.